So one more thing I actually forgot to mention. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more in depth about the thoughts that I was having, and like discovering how messed up the world was, and still it's getting way better, and it's going in a very positive direction. Don't get me wrong. And nature is so beautiful, and there are beautiful people and whatnot, but there's a lot of bad people in control of in control of a lot of power out there, and finding out about some of the stuff that they were doing, like Pizzagate and all of that. It's like that again. Like if you think about it logically, it paints a pretty clear picture. It's not like one piece of the puzzle. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein, that just came out, but like, yeah, finding out about that was horrible. And I think what really did it in the hospital for me was there was a guy in there that kind of had like a pedo vibe to him. I remember he took one of the other guys into a room or something, and was reading a book to him, and did some weird. It wasn't like touched him sexually, but just like I think he like lifted up his shirt and like blew on his stomach or something. Just weird, you know. So I think I took on that energy when I was in that broken state, and you know, I guess this is a good time to talk about like shadow entities, and I've definitely experienced and seen shadow entities, and I know that not all of them are bad. I think there are a lot of entities out there that don't have your best interest in mind. So where was I? Yeah, so shadow beings. So being a very high energy and a high vibrating person, and being young like I was, I think it attracts, like I talked about in that first video, like I had that moment where I thought I shit my pants, and and all of a sudden I just felt this gripping fear, and I think that was like the first time that something latched onto me. And some people will say that it might just be a manifestation of your own emotion. I personally don't believe that. I think that there's like demons, if you want to call them that, in this world that that feed off of negative thinking or lower vibrating thinking. So I think that was what happened to me. And then being in the hospital around that type of thing and finding out about Pizzagate, it was very, very jarring for me, and I hated myself for a long time because I would have these thoughts like every time I saw a child on TV, I would think, oh, that child's probably being molested, um, or you know. Just every single time I'd see a kid, and then it started like even when I'd see them in public, and then I would just like clench up, like fuck, I don't want to think about that, you know, and I would start like hating myself more and more and more and more, and you get down a slippery slope really quick, you know. It's really hard, and hitting rock bottom, you got to hit rock bottom, you know, to know what's which direction is up, I guess. So yeah, a lot of my thoughts that I had kind of surrounded that, and I have heard voices before too. Um, it's so um, they they talk a lot about intrusive thoughts, and um, intrusive thoughts, I think, sometimes can be those demons, you know, that are trying to feed off of that. They can project a thought into you, and it just pops in your head like, what the hell? Where did that come from? You know. So my thing that I started doing, and I'll go through. I've got a big list of things that I did to heal my brain and start healing my thought processes. But one thing that really helped me was my roommate actually has gone through some similar stuff with like drug addiction, and he has seen a psychiatrist and stuff. And what he told me to do is like give that type of thought a certain name, like give it a name, and just like and anytime something comes into your head, just like kind of laugh it off, like, oh, that's just Jim or whatever, just being a douchebag today. And it just becomes kind of funny. And then even more so, they talk about like when you meditate, you don't want to just like kill your thoughts. You don't want to like fight your thoughts. You kind of want to just like let them flow through you. And using that in combination, like just being like, Jim, just shh, Jim, and that actually helped me a lot. So that's the one thing that you can do. But all right, I'm gonna end this one, and start getting into all of these things that you can do yourself that will help you as well. All right, thanks, guys.